Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be reacting to meanest versus nicest movie actors. Let's get into it.
Who are the four nicest actors and who are the four meanest, starting with Katherine Heigl? In Hollywood, reputation can be everything. For some stars, stories of kindness seem to follow them everywhere, but for others, tales of difficult behavior have become impossible to shake.
I'm not known for keeping quiet.
It was Katherine Heigl who quickly became a cautionary tale in an industry built on relationships. Early in her career, she was celebrated for her roles on Grey's Anatomy and in rom-com hits like Knocked Up. But as her fame grew, so did the rumors off-screen. Reports began to surface of Heigl being difficult to work with, earning her a reputation among producers and co-stars as demanding and uncooperative. Her public comments added fuel to the fire, like when she withdrew her name from Emmy consideration, claiming her role hadn't been given strong enough writing, which many saw as an insult to the show's writers.
I wasn't feeling good about my work that season, no. As an actor, if you want to get nominated, you have to submit your work, and that year...
You said, don't submit me.
I said, I'm not going to submit. I can't
I
find
think that's
anything
very
I
honest.
Calling out Knocked Up as a little sexist put her at odds with Judd Apatow and Seth Rogen, and the list didn't end there. It was the steady drumbeat of these incidents that cemented Heigl's status as mean in Hollywood circles.
I don't have to think about it. I'm not a rude person. I'm not an unkind or mean person. I would never go out of my way or consciously try to hurt anyone's feelings or make them feel bad or uncomfortable. Absolutely had no idea who I was and what I wanted and who I was supposed to be and who to make happy and, just massive lack of self-confidence.
The stories followed her from project to project, and her rising career hit a wall. Every attempt at a comeback brought the same questions about her reputation, showing just how hard it can be to shake a label once it sticks in the spotlight.
I like my job, but I will continue to stand up for myself.
But if Katherine Heigl's name became linked with on-set tension, Tom Hanks turned kindness into a hobby. It was Tom Hanks who set the gold standard for kindness in Hollywood. From his earliest days in the industry, stories followed him, not about drama or egos, but about genuine warmth and respect for everyone around him. Whether he was greeting crew members by name, staying late to sign autographs for fans, or offering a helping hand to new actors, Hanks built a career on more than just talent, he built it on decency. On set, Hanks was known for creating an atmosphere where people felt valued.
Would you like some more coffee?
Coffee, please, sir, come on. I need some more coffee.
Would you like some more coffee?
Coffee, please, Tom Hanks, give me some coffee.
Directors, assistants, and co-stars all describe the same thing. Hanks treating every person on a set as if they mattered, no matter their role or status. He would crack jokes to lighten the mood during stressful shoots, eat meals with the crew instead of isolating himself in a trailer, and quietly step in to mediate tense moments when egos clashed.
I would happy to do it, but you must show the lady with the cue card, because otherwise people will think that I've actually memorized this. Show the lady with the cue card, cut over to her, just show it. See?
There she is, she's there.
The result was a work environment that people genuinely looked forward to, even during long, grueling productions. His kindness wasn't just for show. Hanks's reputation for everyday decency followed him wherever he went. Fans have endless stories of friendly encounters, whether it was a quick chat at a coffee shop, a surprise appearance at a wedding, or just a simple act of courtesy on the street. With each encounter, the legend of America's Dad grew, making him one of the most relatable and beloved figures in Hollywood. And as his career soared with classics like Forrest Gump, Saving Private Ryan, and Castaway, his off-screen goodwill became just as legendary as his on-screen performances.
I think, you could bring it down just a little bit. Just almost be saying it to yourself. Is there something I can do for you? Okay, all right, good. All right, so what have you learned about yourself there? You could be humiliated.
Hanks earned not only critical acclaim, but also the universal respect of an industry that often forgets its own humanity. It was this unwavering decency that made Tom Hanks more than just a Hollywood star. He became the actor everyone wanted to work with, and the ultimate benchmark for what it means to be the nicest guy in the business.
I have to say, one of the things I learned from the get-go as an actor in a repertory company, people you worked with, you didn't have to like those people.
But you really are the nicest man in Hollywood.
Well, come on. You know, what's that mean exactly? Cross me. Take advantage of my good nature, you, and you'll find out just how nice a guy.
I'll see the real Tom Hanks.
That is the one thing that will get you on my... Don't take advantage of my good nature. You'll come to regret.
But while Tom Hanks earned his reputation through kindness, Christian Bale made headlines for reasons that couldn't have been more different. It was Christian Bale who proved that immense talent and intense on-screen presence could sometimes come with a bad reputation behind the scenes. Known for transforming himself completely for roles, Bale brought an unmatched dedication and intensity to every project. But as his star rose, so did stories about his temper and volatility. One incident in particular cemented Bale's image as one of Hollywood's meanest. It was during the filming of Terminator Salvation that audio leaked of Bale's explosive on-set tirade directed at a crew member. The recording spread quickly, shocking fans who were used to seeing him as a stoic hero or the charismatic anti-hero.
I want you off the fucking set, you prick!
I'm sorry.
No, don't just be sorry. Think for 1 fucking second. The fuck are you doing?
The outburst, laced with profanity and lasting several minutes, became infamous overnight, sparking debates about professionalism, stress, and the pressure of big-budget movie sets. Those who worked with Bale described him as fiercely committed, but sometimes intimidating. He was known to stay deeply in character, which could make his presence on set feel intense, and at times, uncomfortable for those around him. While some co-stars defended his passion, others admitted the environment could turn tense when Bale was in the room. To his credit, Bale later apologized publicly, admitting he had lost control and expressing regret for his actions.
And, I have never tried to make any excuses for it. It was unacceptable, and I take it, it's my fault.
Still, the incident stuck with him, and conversations about his temper continue to resurface whenever his name trends. For many, Bale became a symbol of how the pursuit of perfection in Hollywood can sometimes cross a line, leaving a mark not just on film, but on everyone involved. But if Christian Bale made headlines for losing his cool, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson became famous for his relentless positivity and larger-than-life kindness. It was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson who redefined what it meant to be both a powerhouse and a people's champion on and off the screen. Long before he became one of Hollywood's top earners, Johnson was already known for his warmth and sense of humor backstage at wrestling events.
I did it for The Rock.
But as his fame exploded, so did the stories of his genuine kindness, reliability, and relentless positivity.
Is the map of the victories I... Look where I've been. I make everything happen. Look at that mini man. We just tapping. What can I say except...
From the biggest movie sets to spontaneous encounters in public, Johnson's reputation for uplifting everyone around him only grew.
I got lucky and blessed by God and by the universe that I was able to meet these kids. 1, 2, 3.
It wasn't just about motivating Instagram posts or catchphrases. The Rock made every person he met feel seen, whether it was a young fan at a movie premiere or a crew member working late on set. Directors and co-stars often describe him as the glue that keeps a production together, going out of his way to encourage others, lighten the mood, or help troubleshoot when things get tough. He brought that same energy to acts of generosity that made headlines around the world. Johnson is notorious for surprising fans with gifts, heartfelt messages, or even invitations to visit his movie sets.
That's amazing, also. That's just so amazing.
I don't know anybody who lives here. I wanted to come here. I wanted to bring you here. I wanted to look you in the eye, and I wanted to tell you, welcome home.
Oh my God, thank you.
He's shown up at children's hospitals, paid off strangers' bills, and quietly donated to families in need. For him, the spotlight was never just about personal gain. It was a platform to give back and inspire.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Okay, stay strong.
On set, Johnson's work ethic was matched only by his respect for everyone involved. He often shared meals with the crew, took the time to learn people's names, and went out of his way to make sure everyone, from the lead actor to the newest production assistant, felt valued.
The crew is just so excited to work for DJ, and he works just as hard back for them.
The result was a work environment where people genuinely wanted to give their best, not just for the film, but because they wanted to match The Rock's example. As his movie career skyrocketed with the hits like Jumanji, Fast and Furious, and Moana, his down-to-earth nature remained unchanged.
What the hell is that?
That's not good.
Look,
Fans could count on him for a joke, a handshake, or a motivating word, and those lucky enough to work with him often say that his kindness is as legendary as his muscles.
There is a mutual admiration. Kevin has a lot of drive and ambition. His mouth is like the Energizer Bunny, but that's okay. I just kind of look by that.
It was this consistency, both on screen and off, that cemented Dwayne Johnson's place as one of the nicest people in entertainment. A true giant, not just in stature, but in spirit. But if The Rock built his reputation on kindness and connection, Lea Michele's career was haunted by very different headlines.
Oh my god. Yeah, The Rock.
It was Lea Michele. Lea Michele's...
Yeah, The Rock he's, from what I've heard, I inspired to be, like, an actor like him. He's the most amazing. He's, like, an amazing actor, like, one of the best I've seen. There might be different actor, like, let me know what you guys' favorite actor is in the comments below, but still, yeah. I inspired to be, and I'm glad he's very nice off camera and stuff, so yeah.
His career was haunted by very different headlines. It was Lea Michele who became one of the most talked about examples of how quickly a reputation can turn sour in Hollywood. Early on, she was celebrated as the breakout star of Glee. Her powerhouse vocals and commanding performances made her the face of the show and earned her legions of fans.
Finished crying in the instant that you left, and I can't remember where or when or how.
But as the years went by, unsettling stories about her off-screen behavior began to surface, and they followed her everywhere. It started with whispers from Glee castmates who described Michele as demanding, dismissive, and at times outright cruel to those she worked with. The rumors intensified when several co-stars, particularly Samantha Ware, publicly accused Michele of bullying, microaggressions, and creating a toxic atmosphere on set. Other actors and crew members echoed these claims, painting a picture of an environment where some felt constantly on edge, never quite knowing when they might find themselves targeted. The backlash was swift and fierce. Social media lit up with stories, memes, and debates about accountability in the industry. Michele issued a public apology, admitting that her behavior was perceived as insensitive or inappropriate, but for many, the damage was already done. Some fans felt betrayed, while others saw her as a cautionary example of what happens when fame and power go unchecked. It was this cloud of controversy that cast a shadow over Lea Michele's later career. Every new project was met with questions about whether she had changed, and the conversation around her became a symbol for a larger discussion about respect and responsibility in Hollywood.
It's like, for some people, it's like, if they want to leave like the show sort of in the past, and she's like doing great, and
right.
And I've had so many friends go see her in her show, and it sounds like she's incredible. Of course she is.
But while Lea Michele's reputation became synonymous with on-set tension, Keanu Reeves became a legend for exactly the opposite reason. It was Keanu Reeves who, over decades in Hollywood, quietly built a legacy not just as an action star, but as one of the kindest souls in the business.
I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover.
I don't know, because if you're a lover, you got to be a fighter.
How so?
Because if you don't fight for your love, what kind of love do you have? No, I'm kidding.
Unlike many celebrities, Reeves never seemed interested in the spotlight his fame could command. Instead, he became famous for simple, selfless acts, both on set and in everyday life, that showed he valued people over publicity. Stories of Keanu's humility became the stuff of legend. Crew members from films like The Matrix and John Wick have recounted how he greeted everyone with respect regardless of their job title.
He's very generous with his time, commitment, and his ideas. I think he's one of the most collaborative people I've ever worked with.
He was known to roll up his sleeves and help lug equipment, share meals with stunt performers, and remember the names of people who might otherwise go unnoticed. When he learned that some crew members were struggling financially, he quietly handed out generous holiday bonuses without fanfare or press releases. There were countless stories of his kindness off the clock, too. He's been spotted giving up his seat on the subway, waiting in the rain with fans to make sure everyone got a photo, and spending time talking with people who needed a little hope. When a fan sign at an airport declared, "You're breathtaking," Keanu pointed at her and shouted right back, cementing a viral moment that only made people love him more. Co-stars describe him as thoughtful and patient with a knack for making everyone on set feel included. Directors say he's never pulled rank, never caused a scene, and always led by example, often working the longest hours and sharing the credit with everyone around him.
One is Keanu. The man has endurance and sheer force of will that is, he can do anything he wanted. Like he's an unstoppable force in a very humble and gentle way.
While Reeves has faced enormous personal loss in his own life, he's never let it harden him. If anything, it seems to have deepened his compassion. It was this unwavering humility and generosity, repeated again and again, that made Keanu Reeves not just a fan favorite on screen, but a real-life hero to countless people who crossed his path. In an industry where egos can run wild, Keanu proved that kindness and decency are sometimes the most powerful legacies an actor can leave. But while Keanu's legend kept growing with every new act of generosity, Jared Leto's reputation was heading in the opposite direction, with stories of on-set antics that made co-stars uneasy. It was Jared Leto who developed a reputation for taking method acting and off-screen behavior to uncomfortable extremes. Acclaimed for his intense performances in films like Dallas Buyers Club and Requiem for a Dream, Leto quickly became known as someone who lost himself in every role. But as his career unfolded, stories from cast and crew suggested that his dedication sometimes crossed the line from immersive to disruptive. Nowhere was this more apparent than during the production of Suicide Squad, where Leto's portrayal of the Joker became infamous for the chaos it brought behind the scenes. Co-stars described receiving bizarre and unsettling gifts, including a dead rat, bullets, and other disturbing items, which Leto claimed were part of staying in character.
Gave some really horrific gifts. He had a henchman who would come into the rehearsal room, and the henchman came in with a dead pig and plopped it on the table. And then he walked out. And that was our introduction into Jared Leto.
No, I mean, I did a lot of things to create a dynamic, to create an element of surprise, of spontaneity.
That's surprise.
While some actors tried to laugh it off, others admitted it made them deeply uncomfortable to come to work, unsure of what to expect next.
I got so many weird things. I can't even begin to tell you the weird things I got.
It wasn't just limited to one film. Leto's reputation for eccentric and sometimes abrasive behavior followed him from set to set. Crew members and directors described him as unpredictable, sometimes elusive, and often absorbed in his own world. While his talent was never in question, the stories about his antics raised eyebrows among both fans and colleagues. Despite his Oscar-winning talent, Leto's name often sparked debates about the fine line between artistic commitment and respect for those around you.
So there was no point where he was out of character when you were around him?
No, I mean, we zoomed before we started, but I kind of think he was Paolo Gucci.
Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. So, hopefully that's not too copyrighted. Alright, yeah, it was my alarm. I usually have. Apologies for that. But yeah.
His methods were fascinating. For others, they were exhausting, even hostile. But while some stars leave their colleagues dreading what might happen next, Ryan Reynolds has built his career on the exact opposite, making everyone around him feel lighter, welcomed, and in on the joke. It was Ryan Reynolds who proved that being the class clown could also mean being the class act. If Hollywood has a leading man for kindness wrapped in razor-sharp wit, it's Reynolds. From his earliest roles, he was the guy who made everyone laugh. But as his star rose, it became clear he was just as beloved behind the scenes as he was on screen. Reynolds' reputation for warmth starts with how he treats the people around him, no matter their place on the call sheet. Crew members, extras, publicists, and co-stars all have stories about his generosity, his quick sense of humor, and his genuine interest in their lives.
Because a lot of people come up to me talking about you, and I say, shut up, I'm not interested. But they keep talking about you. But a lot of them will say that.
He's the actor who remembers birthdays, writes thank you notes, and takes time after a grueling shoot to make everyone feel like part of the team. On the set of Deadpool, he was known for deflecting praise onto others and making newcomers feel instantly at ease.
We meet Wade Wilson as Wade Wilson before he becomes the Merc with the Mouth, before he becomes Deadpool. He's a guy who has cancer. He's a guy who's dying. He's given a very short window of time to live.
Beyond the camera, Reynolds is just as reliable when it comes to spreading positivity. He uses his massive platform to champion mental health causes, support sick children, and surprise fans with video calls or secret visits that instantly go viral. He's the first to poke fun at himself in interviews or ad campaigns, showing a self-awareness and humility that makes even the most outlandish jokes relatable.
I do it at home all the time. Drives my wife nuts. It's it's that voice that in a world divided by fear, one man must stand alone. Will Smith.
His playful banter with fans, and even fellow celebrities like Hugh Jackman, never punches down, but always finds a way to lift the mood and build connections.
I'm married, and Hugh is... Well, listen. Yes, the answer is yes. We get lonely sometimes.
What truly sets Reynolds apart is his authenticity. He wears his heart on his sleeve, candidly sharing struggles with anxiety or stories of failure, inviting others to laugh with him, not at him. That blend of vulnerability and confidence draws people in, making them root for him both on the screen and off.
Yeah, I sent her 2 tickets to New York. She's from Arkansas, and tickets to the premiere of the movie last night. So it was great. Yeah, we had a good time.
It was this vibe, fun-loving, generous, and heartfelt, that turned Ryan Reynolds into one of Hollywood's most cherished nice guys. In an industry known for egos and drama, he stands out for making kindness cool, proving that you can lead with laughter and still leave a lasting positive mark on everyone you meet.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow. But yeah, um, yeah, they're all amazing, except for the ones who are mean. I'll say that. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, homies.